Good morning. Today I'm going to be checking, or at least to the best of what I can hear, the health of the timing belt pulleys on my 87 Alliance. So a little bit of context for this is when I jumped on the Facebook groups about these cars, because I don't know anything about them, the first thing they said to do when you get one is to just change the belt and the timing belt pulleys because they're known for failure, and supposedly it was why a lot of these things don't exist anymore. When the engine blew up, they threw the car away. So the reason that we got to watch for these pulleys being changed and everything is because these are interference engines, which means that the valve and the piston occupy the same space but at different times. So if they become out of time, hence this pulley locks up, belt snaps, rips apart, whatever, then the valve has the potential to be open at the same time the piston comes into that same area. Thus, it will, usually, it bends a valve. The piston can sometimes survive. It'll get a little gash in it. Sometimes they survive. I've had a bunch of reports that say that these pistons are super brittle and it will shatter, and that can actually put a hole in these pistons. Apparently, they're just not very strong. And the weird part of this is that you can buy the timing belt, at least from what I can see, the internet says that it fits, but you can't buy the timing belt pulleys, the two either pulleys that are on it, which seems really stupid. Anyway, I have some plans to kind of remedy that, to see what I can figure out there, but for right now, I would like to drive this car, genuinely. So I'm going to use this stethoscope. You can buy these at parts stores, and it actually is pretty much the same as what the doctor has. The end is just different. Just a hollow tube that goes to your ears. So I'm going to attempt to put this end up to the microphone so you can potentially hear what I'm hearing, but you put this on the part of the pulley that doesn't spin. You put it right on the bolt head, and if you hear a whirring noise to what might sound like just mild noises of grinding, it's the wrong word for it, it's what I'm going with, it's totally fine. The whirring noise is normal. But if you hear any grinding or wobbling or weird goofy noises, squeaking, sometimes you can hear it with this, months before you can actually hear it audibly out in the air. Kind of a really, really neat tool to catch bearing failures early on. You can use it for wheel bearing, transfer cases, transmissions. You can really pinpoint stuff with these things. They're very nice to have. I'm getting sidetracked. So I'm going to pull off this timing belt cover here and fire it up and put this on the two timing belt pulleys and see if any of them are showing signs of being bad before I go on a 40-mile trip. Alright, I have the cover removed, and just in case you don't know, it is perfectly fine to run engines without this cover on in the timing belt situation. These do not keep the belt on. They just keep rocks and other debris in your fingers out of the rotating parts. What actually keeps them on are the flanges on the bottom pulleys. Now there's three pulleys I'm going to check. I'm going to have them in little circles right here. There's one down at the bottom that has cogs on it instead of just a smooth back. And it won't focus. See if I can get them. There's one down there. I don't know if that's an idler or a water pump. There's a pulley over here on the regular serpentine belt that also looks like a water pump. So I need to do some research there. But basically I'm going to check those three pulleys, and probably shouldn't ignore the fact that this belt is extremely loose right now. These are a manual tension deal. However, the guy before me drove it for a long time that way, so I suppose it's fine. Anyway, I'm going to take my tool, and for visual clarity, I'm not doing it here. This is the camshaft bolt. This does turn, but for those pulleys down there, I'll simply just go to the bolt while it's running. So you want to be very careful because the stuff will be spinning. And so we'll just go right to the bolt head. We'll come down here and go right to the bolt head of the adjuster. And then I might need to go in from the wheel well I think I can get in here to the last pulley. That one should not be done. I wish this was longer, because my hand is right next to moving objects. I like to see if I can get to it first before I go and check it. Because if I were to just go for it, my hand would have been bitten off by a angry pulley of some sort. So I'm gonna fire this up. So I'm hoping you guys can hear what I'm hearing if I put that end of that up to the microphone. So let's find out. This bottom pulley down here, this tensioner, had enough of a grindy noise to it that I do not want to go drive this thing. Only move it if I have to, you know, in and out of the garage. So I have some ideas of how to fix this, even though I can't find parts for it. That will be another video. This was a shorter one this time, but if you liked it, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Helps out a ton. Thanks, see you next time.